緑の森で目を覚ます記憶胸の獣が闇の中嘲笑うよ巡る石の中そばにいて白き人よ輝きをもたらして今すぐにこの渇き潤してこの目に映るものは恋日の真夏の影
Welcome back. Let us begin our story mode journey for the sequel of Tsukihime, Melty Blood. The beginning of August. Track rate density 5 cars per hour. Daily estimate of approximate 100 people using electric railway. Temperature 30 degrees centigrade. This summer, the human water makes it painful to breathe. Someone said we looked like fish in a tank, gasping for air. Melty Blood. I heard that as I passed on the street. I had to laugh to myself. A fish in a tank gasping for air? It's true a fish out of water will suffocate, but not fish in a tank, like us surrounded by moisture. Then I thought about it a little more. A fish left alone, all alone. It drifts motionless to the top, belly up. The water stagnates. It grows dark with algae. The dead fish opens and closes his mouth. Ah, that's what they meant. Yes, those words describe this summer perfectly. The roasting air feels like you could hold it in your mouth. It's impossible to see more than 10 meters ahead. Even though it's the middle of the day, no one is around. Silence of abandoned ruins hang around over the town. In the streets there aren't even the shadow of cars. You can sleep in the middle of the road without any worries. It's like I'm walking through the ruins of an ancient city, lost beneath the sea. So what they said about the fish was dead on. I, Tonoshiki, aimlessly drift through this bright darkness. Tsukihime. It's strange summer. It's not that no one is here, it's just that no one is on the street. The platform by the train are empty, all that passes by are trains full of people. On the other hand, you can see where the people are if you look carefully. Inside the department stores, things are as busy as ever. The cafes are as full as any other day. It's only outside that looks empty and abandoned. It's a normal day inside the building. Right, everyone is inside. It isn't because it's so hot outside, rather that rumor is the cause. Did you hear? There was another murder in the park yesterday. You mean that rumored vampire serial killer? I guess it hasn't ended yet. I heard voices discussing the same story yet again. The sound of the voice behind me, a group of girls eagerly sharing the latest gossip as they walk. Hey. I turn around to talk to them about it. There is no one. The city is abandoned. As if the voices were just the wind and those girls passing by were just mirages. Maybe to those girls I was just also a mirage as I passed by. I realized my leg brought me to the park. There's no one here either, only the silence of the deep night. Perhaps this is what they mean by midnight sun. That, like before, all those murders, the killer who murdered all those women for no reason? I know, he's back. I heard they found bodies ripped apart in the alley. The voice catch me and I turn around. Schoolboys hazy in the light of the midnight sun fade away. That's the reason why Tonoshiki walks through the town alone. When did all these rumors start to spread throughout the town? They said the murderer is back. They say the victim died from blood loss. They said the vampire is a killer, death itself. The incident from 1 year ago had almost been forgotten, but I know it is impossible for that vampire to have returned. That killer died, and no other vampires have appeared, but that hasn't stopped the rumors from spreading. All across the town they whispered the story, the body counts rising with each telling. Yesterday it was the park, today it's the alley. Will it be the school tomorrow? The body count is still rising. More and more people believe in the rumor until no one will go out at night. This is exactly what happened 1 year ago. The suffocating heat. Downward traffic has ceased. But the strangest thing is, there's no strange murders this time, just the rumors. If crazy dream. I feel dizzy. Not surprising since I've been walking all town since morning. My parched throat wants to drink from the machine, but it seems I don't have my wallet. Oh man, just don't have any luck these days. I complain softly, but it's true. That phrase seemed to be popular this summer. Actually, everyone I pass seemed to be saying that. Bad luck, I feel so uneasy. Only bad things happen. I'm heading in a bad direction, accidents just keep happening. At the time, my foot slipped on the stairs, but when I accidentally saw Hisui changing Akiha and Kohaku kept teasing me. Or that misunderstanding with Akui where she got so upset. Or when I broke that dish senpai liked so much unhappiness at each little thing. The heat make it too hard to think, but maybe there's nothing strange about it at all. Other people are having bad luck too. But then again, it seemed to skip over the faultless Akui, the calm and composed Ciel senpai, and the perfectionist Akiha, the cleaning master Hisui. Then in other words, is it just all of these coincidences that gives me a bad feeling? Is this not a coincidence but an invidiality? Again, the words of someone passing by. I sensed someone turn around behind me. Excuse me. A girl I'd never seen before bows curtly and walk away. That's rare, a foreigner? Well, not exactly rare. After all, Akui and Ciel are both foreigners. The hair on the back of my neck starts to stand on end. I stopped walking and tried to think why. After a few minutes, it hit me. Oh, is that it? Simple, really. I started wandering this town like this 2 days ago. That girl is the first person I've seen clearly. Dizzy again. Probably because I've been standing in the heat too long. You know it's true. This summer is like a bad dream. Hologram Summer, Night on the Blood Lair. Or Liar. Program 6, number 6, Error. Severing contact with Tonoshiki, the sepal would draw even light from his brain while passing by. I have moved to a sufficient distance. Strange, did I fail? Tonoshiki had a strange expression on his face when he saw me. I do not think anyone can detect a filament, only a migrant dick. Oh, is that it? Tonoshiki spoke those ambiguous words and sat down beside the flower bed. He was probably dizzy. His data indicated that he is not in a favorable health. This is the alley. No sign of anyone being here for the last week. This is where Tonoshiki entered his contact with a true ancestor, Akui, and thus hit fault with chaos. Tonoshiki, mystic eye of death's perception, allows him to see the lifespan, the end of existence for any object. Here he first met the true ancestor, Akui Brunsa. No, it really was their second meeting. The first time, Tonoshiki was a dangerous killer ruled by his taste of death, who barged into his plans. Yes, according to memory files I can read, Tonoshiki is normally a kind-hearted individual. However, homicidal impulse may emerge. He cannot be classified as harmless. Able to perceive an existent death, Tonoshiki can dismantle anything using his knife. He is the only one who can kill the immortal true ancestor. True ancestor, a lesson which has been handed down through ages and never faded. Vampire destroyed by the light of the sun, the living death which drink the blood of others in exchange for immortality. And the beginning of the vampire race, the true ancestors. Humans whose blood was sucked by their true ancestor become blood-drinking monsters themselves. Those who become vampires because of the true ancestors are called dead apostles. Most vampires today fall into subspecies of dead apostles. The oldest and most powerful of these are called the 27 ancestors. Nervous Chaos, one of the 27 ancestors who was annihilated here. Shortly thereafter, the serpent Akasha, who had his blood sucked by an ancestor, had his cycle of reincarnation ended here. Came out of the 27th ancestor, Nero Chaos unnumbered the serpent of Akashi, Michael Rowe, Vladimir Jong. Even the Knights of the Church were unable to defeat the two of them. No one predicted they would meet their end in this Far East country. No, there was one person who predicted it. There was one who saw the possibility of the outcome. It wasn't a very detailed prediction. His equation formulated that the ancestor will fall to ruin in this land. The ancestor has fallen, but the true ancestor still remain. Of course, the agent of the church is still watching, and other factors continue to interfere with the further calculation. The power structure of the country in Japan is different than ours. There are peculiar rules followed in this island country. One of those rules is to let demons take care of demons. The one unifying the demon in this area is Tono family. The current head mixed blood, resulting in ability closely resembling the vampire race. Tono Akira. I am interested in her as well, but he and the true ancestor are my primary concern. There is no time left. I have spent too much observing this place. If it escaped this time, there may not be a second chance. 3 years ago, that vampire escaped the hands of the church. I will destroy it this time with my own hand. There are several days until the full moon. As much as I do not wish to admit it, I'm going to fight with calculations that do not guarantee victory. A sad thing for an alchemist out of the Atlas Academy to say, however, it's not too late. 3 years ago, after that failed vampire hunt, I left Atlas Academy. The Magic Association had casted its feelers far and wide to search for me, a deserter, far and bring me back. Fleeing them has taken a toll on my mind and body, which has already begun to fail. All the same, I've made it. There is still the possibility I will accomplish my goal. I must hurry. I have only one purpose, to eliminate that vampire. The affiliation of a vampire discretion of a human body and the vampire roots right here in this town, because I removed both of them, So, the route we're going on today is going to be Route 1, which, as you saw by that diagram, will be following Route A. I'm going through Block A, Block B, Block D, and Block G, and then finally Block L. Sion Etnum Circaris. Hereby decree as candidate for Academy Director. The grand face of the university president reading edict. The student and the teacher looked at each other wide-eyed. Unhushed, whispered, rising, hundreds of eyes face me. Surprised, I'm astonished, I never would have thought it. Blame, unforgivable. Denial, I can't believe it. Those are words I can't make out, blending together into sound as arcane as a syllable of a street spell. Henceforth, Sion Etnum will be Sion Etnum Atlantia. She will be accorded the privilege and respect of an instructor and have the same status as an ambassador at large. The words of the university president are absolute, not just because of the authority of his position, but because the words make it clear it is a command. There's no protest from the audience, only more glances directed at me. Not as though I'm selling change. All those gathered in the great hall, only the university president and I seem to be calm. As for everyone else, the student, even the teachers, are dumbfounded with surprise. I suppose it's natural. I am Sion Etnum Atlantia now. Those given the name of Atlas are chosen to represent this academy. No one gets that out of all the students and faculty, it will be an Etnum. Of course, I am calm. I was calm. Not that I was informed beforehand I would be given the name Atlantia. Simply that among the Atlas Association, I was the only one with the requisite power. Instead of being surprised, it was rather natural to be bored. Just what has changed in my life since then. I do not look any different in the mirror. Since I was an Ethnam, a once noble house, does it treat me with contempt? I excel as a student to erase the sins of my ancestors. Does it wanted only to have me removed. As long as I was the top student in the class, all they could do was ignore me. Once I became Atlantia, I had the power to remove them. They were afraid of my retribution. They probably believed I would treat them in the same manner they treated me. They did not want me to receive any contempt. I am noble. The blood of the sinner Ethnam runs through me, but I am not ruled by my emotions. In the first place, I do not feel any emotion towards them anyway. If they wish to distance me, then I will keep them distant. That will not change from before. I do not need anyone, so I do not need to associate with them. I already have the needed laboratory, so I just need to continue to excel in my studies. It was 8 years ago. What was correct and what was mistaken? Even now I don't really know for certain. Not good, it's already this late. Opened my eyes. Was it because I was exhausted? I saw a meaningless dream. No, because I was dreaming, you could say I was not completely exhausted. If my mind was truly burdened, I would not have seen any. Probably because of overexertion during the day, there is something wrong with this much heat. I had heard that Japanese summer were hot, but I had not thought it would be this bad. The heat shining back from this town is too strong even for me, a child of the desert. I thought I would sleep through the heat of the day, but it seemed I could not control the time of my awakening. A cold night, I must have slept too long. Whatever the case, the confusion for certain not sleeping properly and not ordering all this information and setting myself up for failure. But before that, I must confirm where the next incident will occur. As long as I can move, I must finish preparation. Fortunately, I have data on this town I downloaded from Tonoshiki. I can find the source of all these incidents without needlessly roaming. Come to think of it, Tonoshiki securing him is also a priority. It is before midnight. There are 3 possible routes he will take. It should be easy enough to determine his current location. Then all that's left is this. I came out of an unfamiliar clearing, a small clearing apart from the office building. Until a short while ago, everything was another large city park, but is now transitioning into a private property. Wow, from down here it really looked impressive. I look up at the building under construction. I heard the monumental archetype would be finished next spring. Nobody seemed to be sure exactly what it's going to be, but it's something important. I heard everything from a big department store to the corporate office of a powerful electronic company. The area around it is also being landscaped. Maybe I don't have to go this far. The land all around the building is perfectly flat like a mirror. The name of the building's shrine may be appropriate, but it's going a little too far. Well, I hold my breath and scan the area. No sign of anyone else around. Of course, there are less and less people as night falls, thanks to the rumor of the vampire murders starting up again. I can understand why no one would be in the park or that back alley, but this place is empty of people for another reason. Well, after all, this is private property. The only people around will be trespassing, so why should I expect to see anyone? Excuse me. Then I suddenly get assailed by nausea. My fingers are numb and my throat is parched. My pulses quicken and a feeling like poison creeping from the back of my brain. Without even realizing it, my right hand reached into my pocket and soundlessly take out my knife. The sensations. I felt these chills so many times before. Am I disposed to this? Before I meet up with something unworldly, I always get assailed by this sensation. sense someone standing right behind me. Someone a human? On this private property where no one should be, a faint chill, and the vampire has returned. But something it feels a little different. Are my reaction weak? It simply feels different from usual, a discomfort that indicates the presence of an outsider. Well, show yourself. Hello, is anyone there? I speak with my knife hidden behind my back, and then, good evening. Do you have business with me? Even though it was all sudden, the girl speaks so calmly. Seeing her, I was startled. That distinctive dress and hat, definitely a foreign look, and I'm almost afraid to say it, but she looks really cute. What is it? Oh, well, no, nothing really. Sorry, I mistook you for someone else. Sorry to be rude. You don't have to apologize, but that is not the way to greet someone, is it? Her tone is so smooth. Now that she mentioned it, it makes total sense. Lately I seem to be a bit off kilter. You're right, it's a little late, but good evening. Yes, nice to meet you. So, what are you doing here? Are you looking for something out of this house? Yeah, something like that. What about you? You couldn't have not heard about how dangerous it is at night. Oh right, if she's a foreigner, she wouldn't have heard the rumors circulating the sound. She's probably just a sightseer. She wouldn't know anything about the vampire murders last year either. It's nothing. I don't know why you are here, but it's better not to hang around places where no one is around. You never know what might happen. She just stared at me. It's only natural. There's no way she can understand me if I keep suddenly blurting out all this stuff. No, you cannot say I don't know what will happen. Whatever shape he takes, the vampire will appear. Even you are patrolling in order to find him, are you not, Tonoshiki? What? You could say we are looking for the same thing, Tonoshiki. Although our reasons are very different. She speaks devoid of any expression, till she'll return in my temple like a stabbing needle. An irregularity, like you draw the equation of balance. Unless I move quickly to root out any problem, the result this time will also be undesirable. Her arms swing forward, and I hear an unfamiliar click. She holds a black gun in her hand. Please, resist if you wish. My name is Sion and Alesia. Your freedom now belongs to me. And with that, she jumped towards me, this foreign girl I never met before, attacked me with almost unspeakable speed. Dance romance.
やるっていうなら相手になる。
戦わねばわかりませんか。
ラウンド1ファイト。
計算通りです。
悪いが終わりだ。
One track.
この程度で。
What? How did that was untrue?
てめえ。
抜けろ。
You just grabbed it. I'm one track too.
先ほどにも。抜けろ。
Wait, I got jumped. Grab. What the frick? Oh, that's terrible. You should back out of that.
飛べ。
No, I couldn't even.
まったくどうかしてる。
ラウンド2
I'm sorry.
ファイト。
Dang, I didn't go against that. Yeah.
あなたでは突破できない。
飛べ。
あなたでは突破できない。
Dang, I tried to hit.
悪いが終わりだ。
計算通りです。計算通りです。
このさすがにまずい。
Dang, wait. I'm actually really got behind me.
そこまでだ。寝てろ。
That's enough. I don't know what you're trying to do, but it's meaningless to continue. Yes, I admit defeat. Even though I collected all your data, I could not finish reading it. Even if everything was walking on a tightrope, I can't believe I'm finished before I even had a chance to start. What's the matter? I have no strength to resist. This may be a selfish request, but please end it as cleanly as possible. Cleanly as possible? Look, you seem to know something about me, but aren't you making a big mistake? I'm no killer out for blood. Even if you asked me, I wouldn't kill you. Not a killer? Yes, I'm not gonna hit someone while they're down. I have a quarrel with you, so there's no need to take it all the way. If you promise you won't attack me, I'll let you go. You don't look like a vampire anyway. This is troubling. I may keep quiet, but I will not lie. Therefore, I can't promise to not attack you again. Eh? You can't? Then you mean, That's right. Once my wounds heal, I will bind you. If you don't like it, then you just have to kill me. For someone like you, it should be easy. Idiot, what do you mean easy? And did I say something? Tonoshiki? Yeah, I said something. I was complaining. Oh wait, Cube said, did you say something? I was complaining about being involved in something weird again. For crying out loud, if it's not one thing, it's another. I cannot understand. This seems to be causing you some pain. You're the one who isn't understandable, but you don't look like you'll go back on your word. Yes, as long as I am not mistaken, I will not change. I see, your expression speaks for you. Why do I only meet these kind of people? Well, anyway, can you tell me about your situation? You've been telling me what to do, so maybe you can tell me at least why. My situation, you mean my purpose here? Yeah, for some reason you don't seem like a bad person. If you could tell me about your situation, I'll listen. I'm also curious why you attacked me. I understand. I was told you were not a bad person, and this confirms it. I should have explained the circumstances from the start, Tonoshiki. My goal is to find a cure for vampirism. I have been researching a way to return humans bitten by a vampire back to normal. A cure for vampirism? Yes, as you know, someone who becomes no longer human after being bitten by a vampire you can understand, right? The result of someone being desecrated by a vampire is death. Of course, we know how a human could become a vampire, but we don't know if a vampire could be returned to being human. Many Magi has attempted to research this problem and failed, but I do not intend to. I will make it the possible possible. That is what Alancia means. Tonoshiki, I believe you understand how I feel. Like me, you have seen a friend become a vampire before your eyes. You seem to know a lot about that. She is referring to Satsuki. In the original game, there is a route where after the attack on the hotel, she is turned into a vampire by Nero Chaos. And Shiki unfortunately has to kill his friend. A dear friend to him that sadly he never wish to harm. And he has to keep that with him. In the manga, however, she lives, and in the anime she just disappears, I believe. No, in the manga she lives, but her parents dies. That was inconsiderate of me. This is upsetting you. No, it's okay. I'm just being childish. I understand what you're saying. You want to find a cure for vampirism. I can't help hate you for something like that. But why did you attack me? I'm not turning into a vampire, and I don't know about them either. Of course, I did not come here to make you a research specimen. I came to this country to ask the cooperation of the true ancestors. But why did you attack me? I'm not turning into a vampire, and I don't know a lot about them either. True ancestor, as in Arcui? Yes, if I want to find a cure for vampirism, I have to study the source of dead apostles, a true ancestor. If I merely needed data on the dead apostles, the church has compiled much of that. However, that is insufficient. I need to investigate an unaltered true ancestor. I see, but I'm not sure Argui would go for that. She kind of fickle that way. I know that. A noble and true ancestor would not grant the request of a mere mortal. I need you to negotiate for me. Me? Negotiate? Idiot! That's not going to work. You think she listened to me? Where'd you get that idea? Well, you, the true answer, aren't the two of you lovers? With you as her mediator, perhaps I could speak with her a little. That is why I wanted to secure you first. That this was all the result of my carelessness. What carelessness? You mean before? Yes, I drew in all your data. The number indicated we were evenly matched, but my draw knowledge meant my chances of winning were high. However, my loss means my ability were the slightest fraction lower. Then that isn't being careless. Does that mean doesn't that just mean your fighting ability is what? What are you saying? I only lost because of my carelessness. As such a carelessness, my performance was far below my standards. I miscalculated your power, but under normal circumstances, I would be the victor. You see, an hour ago, I calculated every single one of your maneuvers. Doesn't this just mean my evasion rate data was off by less than 0.5%? If not for that one small mistake, our position would have been completely reversed. Can you not understand such a simple thing? Right. Sorry I doubted you. No. That was a little rude. I would appreciate it if we just changed the subject of my loss. She seemed totally different from before. To get back to your problem, you really just wanted me to bring Argui to you. Yes, my intent was to formally request a true answer to cooperation. I see, so you won't give up give up even now. Okay, if that's the case, oh well. Oh well, what do you mean? I mean, I can act as a middleman between you and Argui. In all likelihood, she's going to say no, but you wouldn't give up unless we tried, right? Come on, it's just acting for cooperation, right? So I'll lend you a hand. To be honest, I'd like to cheer on someone doing your kind of research. Cheer on? Yeah, suddenly attacking me out of nowhere was surprising, but we can call it even. If your research is successful, I feel like I can finally help her. I'll do something about Argui. Actually, I'm looking for her right now. I figured she would know something about the disturbances happening. I went to her place, but so she has concealed her location. Yeah, but by patrolling the town, I thought I'd find the rumored vampire, or at least her highness, the fickle princess. I understand I can lend you a hand in your rumors if you're tracking down in your purpose. If you're tracking down the rumors, I can find the vampire more quickly than you can. Really? Yes, if the rumors vampire does exist, data collecting is my specialty. If I have at least a backup, I can scan the mind of everyone in the town in one day. I don't really understand, but you don't have to go that far, do you? She has a scary look in her eye. But yeah, I appreciate any help. I was feeling kind of hopeless by myself. Then I will chase down these rumors and you. It's alright if I look for Argui and bring her to you, isn't it? But there's one other thing before that. It's Sion, right? If we're going to be partners, we should call each other by our first names, shouldn't we? You have a point. Very well. You may call me Sion, and you... Shiki's fine. Shiki. Yeah, that's much better, isn't it? Shiki. Yeah. Shiki. Yeah, I said that's fine. Then I will go start gathering information on vampires. Please prepare for a negotiation with the true ancestor Shiki. Yeah, but we don't have to go right away, you know. That would be best, I think. We both need some time. Let's meet again tomorrow night, right in front of this building. Okay, but I think I can manage something by then. Shiki, can you hold on for a minute? Did you have something on my head? Something like that? Well then, see you tomorrow night. Yeah, see you tomorrow. This seemed a little familiar. Remind me of a year ago. It's nothing. See you tomorrow night, Sion. Yeah, see you tomorrow night, Shiki. Alright, that's it for the first episode of our story mode run through. Next time we'll be going through Block B. Take care.